am unbeatable, I'm unbeatable, I'm unbeatable.
I am unbeatable. Couple minutes no score. Every time you wanna clash, the winner's kicking through the door. I am unbeatable. Chances running out of stock, and we're running out the clock. I fail once, never stop. I am unbeatable. I am unbeatable. I am unbeatable, yeah. I am unbeatable. I am unbeatable, yeah. I am unbeatable. I am unbeatable, yeah. I am unbeatable. I am unbeatable, yeah.
Welcome to the British Basketball League on Sky Sports and across the USA. And I have two words for you. Game 3. It all comes down to this. One game apiece, but now it's one and done. The Sheffield Sharks welcoming the Leicester Riders with one thing on everyone's mind. Who will be truly unbeatable? Calling this one for us is Dan Routledge and former Leicester Rider, London Lion and Olympian Azania Stewart.
Well, here comes Nixon. Pick and roll, Nixon, pump fakes, deep three. Oh my goodness!
Sheffield Sharks get it done.
Are we going to a game 3?
We certainly are. The first game 3 in 25 years in the British Basketball League. It is the Sheffield Sharks and the Leicester Riders. Do or die. One of them advances to the semi-final. The other, the season ends here. And that just ratchets up the pressure, Azania.
It does. And yesterday was a pressure situation. But I'm so glad I'm here with you for game 3.
Well, both of the games were 3 points. Leicester winning here on the road in the first leg. Sheffield winning yesterday in Leicester to push us to game 3. Here's what the semi-final lineup looks like in the British Basketball League playoffs this season. The top 2 seeds safely through, London and Cheshire. Newcastle upsetting the odds to beat Caledonia and book themselves a semi-final berth against London. Cheshire are waiting for the winners of Sheffield against Leicester today, so the Phoenix fans will know who they're playing at the end of this game. Azania, talk us through the starting 5s.
Yeah, the exact same starting 5 as yesterday in the whole series. Del Pesh at the 5, Ratinho, Ramsey at the 1, Aitel Rock, and also Green.
Obviously still no Cook for Sheffield, still no Mackenzie for Leicester at the other end of the floor.
Yeah, and for Mackenzie being out, it's Russell. Seshon Russell has stepped up into that point guard. Walker at the 5, Thomas and Holmes, and then also Allen.
Well, one of the guys who was excellent yesterday, in fact, excellent since he's joined the Sheffield Sharks in mid-season, Malik Green.
Yeah, has transitioned smoothly into the Sharks, and he was incredible, Dan, yesterday. 22 points, but it was the 11 rebounds for me. He had 4 crashing offensive rebounds. Nobody boxed him out. He was so resilient, found his way to the bucket, and just rebound over and over again here. Getting to the rim also, he was strong yesterday.
Well, both teams didn't shoot the ball very well, so offensive rebounding becoming key, and he, as you say, he turned misses into second chance points opportunities. And, well, since he joined Leicester, every game we talk about Teddy Allen. What's he going to do? Another big performance yesterday.
Well, we call him Teddy Buckets for a reason. 23.7 rebounds. You know, he can create his own shot, but Ratinho had the hard job to defend him and really did a good job, in my opinion. He was 8 from 16 from the floor. We'll look for him to go a lot of the offense.
And then the end of the game, it comes down to the last play. Leicester needing a 3 to tie the game. And this one has caused a lot of controversy. Foul, no foul? No foul is called.
Yeah, you know, subjective has kept me up at night. I've watched it play by play, frame by frame, spoke to multiple referees. And, you know, it is what it is. We're here in game 3.
I guess it's one of those calls that we've seen this season a lot.
Gosh.
The landing space foul. That's why Rob Paternostro was fuming, because it was a point of emphasis at the start of the season, but it didn't go their way yesterday. But the good news is that brings us here to game 3, and we will have tip-off for that right after this break. Well, 23 years ago today, these two teams met for the first time in the playoffs. It was a playoff final at Wembley. Leicester, who were the de facto 8 seed, won that at the expense of Sheffield. Chris Finch was the coach of the Sharks back in those days. Obviously, he's involved in NBA playoffs right now, but only one of these teams will take another step closer to the final here today in this do-or-die matchup.
Yeah, and you know, Sheffield have been incredible at home in regular season. Obviously lost game 1 by 3, and regular season, the last time these two teams played, they lost by 3, and then yesterday's game, they lost. It was a 3-point game. So what do we think today's game? If I was a betting woman, Dan, I'm going to say
3 points seems the logical one, doesn't it? Early foul on Holmes. Here is Ramsey looking for 3 points and finding them with the first shot of the game.
That's a beautiful step back to create that space from Seshawn Russell.
Here is Thomas. Allen coming to the ball. Trying to create for himself, not a lot going on. Shot clock getting low, somebody has to heave it. Russell gets it away in time, but way off the mark.
Yeah, and another point what I talked about yesterday was Ratinho's defensive task to, you know, hold up Allen. He did a wonderful job keeping him in that corner and not letting him get a shot off.
Michael Rock driving all the way to the rim. First 5 points of the game for the Sharks.
Yeah, massive Aitor Rock in the third quarter. He only had 6 points, but all 6 points came in that third quarter.
Nice move underneath from Holmes to get Leicester on the board.
Beautiful reverse.
Michael Rock again going to the rim. Little high on that one, but jammed in by Delpesh on the follow.
Delpesh, this is where the game's going to be won, in my opinion, Dan, is the rebounding, the second possessions. Can you get multiple looks at the basket?
Well, Leicester have had issues with teams' offensive rebounding against them. Here's Allen for 3, off the mark. Green thinking about the 3, takes it, in and out, and an easy rebound for Russell. Holmes driving in, drops it off to Walker, but the foul was called first, so that'll be a sideline ball to Leicester. Maybe an end-line ball, in fact, because he was in the key.
Yeah,
nope,
sideline.
Points to the side.
Mind you also, this is less than a 24-hour turnaround. Let's remember they finished, what was it, 6:45 game last night.
Allen for 3, off the mark.
And they
Yeah,
had
it's
to
tough
travel.
on the bodies.
Yeah, it is. But like you said, which I didn't even think, is like today, sadly, somebody's season is going to be over. And, you know, that's such a thing to play for right now. That should give you the adrenaline.
Delpesh trying to squeeze that offensive rebound. Walker did enough to send it out of bounds for a Leicester possession.
Walker.
Knocked away from Walker. He keeps possession. Holmes. Out to Allen. Extra pass on to Russell. Time to set his feet. And he knocks down the 3.
Yeah, lovely, especially when he's got all that time. Important. The Riders hit those shots. And Seshawn Russell, yeah.
Great from 3-point range yesterday. They both made one early here, but there's Ramsey going to work again.
Yeah, you're right. From the 3-point line, Sharks were 2 from 15 yesterday, 13%, and the Riders were 8 for 34, shooting 23%.
Allen stumbling through, can't get the roll, kept in play. Good work from DeVille Ramsey to keep that alive. 4-on-1, and Green goes it alone for the lay-in.
Green feeling it, gets the crowd involved.
Holmes. Again, late in the shot clock, Leicester. Holmes out to Thomas. Needs to go up. Too late. No time for the pass there. It's a shot clock violation. That basket will not count.
And a great defensive start. We've seen 2 shot clock violations.
They've just not quite looked in rhythm offensively, Leicester, have they?
No, I would agree with you. But, you know, the Sharks are known for the defensive stance, and they've literally got some really nice stops in this first quarter.
Ramsey's been aggressive early on, kicked out. Eitel Rock throws it away. Kept in play by Allen, lob forward to Holmes, and he lays it in.
Fantastic transition from the miss, quick out the blocks. That's where Leicester needs to get their offense going.
Foul is called on Russell. This is not a great pass, but you can see Allen wanting to keep that in play, and as you said, Leicester need to get those cheap points in the open court wherever they can.
Yeah, it's a must.
Ramsey, again, looking to work. He's been super aggressive in the early stages. That one was off the mark, though. Love to see Ramsey in full flight. Holmes back out to Thomas. Looking to break down Delpesh. Goes right past him and draws the foul. He will shoot 2.
Really nice work. And this is where I think Marin Thomas has really excelled. Remember, this is his rookie season, but his ability to put the ball on the floor and get to the rack and goes to the line for 2.
Chance for him to get his number in the scorebook. He rims out on the first. The other thing about that whole foul, no foul yesterday, he's still going to make 3 free throws to force overtime, Marin Thomas. So even if it did go their way, there was no guarantee that overtime was coming. He goes 1 for 2 that time. Ramsey down low to Delpesh. Long jump hook from him, doesn't go.
Teddy Allen on the ball for the Riders.
Allen stumbling through, gets it out to Holmes. Holmes under pressure, foul called, and Jaron Holmes will go to the free throw line for 2 shots. It's 11 points to 8 in favor of the Sheffield Sharks. Timeout is called. We'll be back after this break.
Let's keep that noise going.
Welcome back to Sheffield, where Jaron Holmes is on the free throw line, trying to cut it to 1. I have to say, I think offense has felt easier for Sheffield than it has for Leicester in the first 5 minutes. So if he makes both of these, and well, He doesn't, but if they get it back down to 2 here, it's not a bad position for Rob Paternostro, given the struggles his team have had in the first 5 minutes or so.
Yeah, I would agree with you. But what I have liked about Holmes at the free throw line, he's been aggressive, that baseline. He could really get to the rim as much as he wants. He's been looking for the pass, but that time drives baseline, gets the foul. But the free throws are going to be important also.
Nichols and Pipkins into the game for the first time coming out of that timeout. Leicester still with their same starting 5, no changes yet. Green looking to go to work, poked away by Walker, but illegally so. Foul is called on the floor, so that'll be a Sheffield ball from the end.
And Sheffield's bench has been solid for them. 29 points yesterday off the bench. Game 1, 59 points with Nixon causing a lot of havoc.
Green slips that one out of bounds. It's one of those interesting things because lots of these Sheffield players have started at different times. So it's almost like they've got a lot of starters and it's just which ones he chooses on any given night. He's been running with this crew, obviously, since Cook's been out.
Yeah.
Inside to Walker, he's got a lot of time and space, and he levels the scores at 11.
Yeah, solid. You're right, because, you know, Pipkins, Nixon, Nichols, Glasgow Jr., their bench is solid and at times have really carried them, especially in that third quarter yesterday.
Nice pass. Green rolling to the basket. Another beautiful assist to bring to an end that 6-0 Leicester run. Here's Holmes. He's been aggressive too in the early stages. Can't finish that time. Sheffield looking to run. Nichols underneath, lays it in off the glass. And Sheffield are back up 4.
Yeah, just the play before that, it was the pick and roll. We saw Leicester really struggle yesterday, Dan. Sheffield had multiple plays at the rim in that pick and roll. They couldn't find a way to defend it. That play before and then that fast break.
Allen squeezes between 2 defenders and throws it in off the glass. He will go to the line for a bonus.
Yeah, good strong move. Especially the double team comes.
He just finds a way, doesn't he? Doesn't matter where you throw people, he somehow gets that shot off. And he's one of those guys who seems to shoot a lot of and one
shots. Yeah.
It's like he knows how to go through contact, converts the three-point play there. Leicester have made their first substitutions of the contest. You can see Lawle in there and Shelton, Washington as well.
Yeah, Teddy's the type of guy that likes the contact, you know, he plays for the contact. It's like Jordan Johnson for Newcastle.
Yeah. Good hands as well from Allen there defensively. Made that difficult. Shot clock getting low for Ramsey. Gets it away. It's not an easy one. And a simple rebound for Shelton. Allen back to Thomas. Stolen away by Green. Lawle chasing him back. Well, he does enough to put him off, but Ramsey is there to clean it up.
Good job, Ramsey. You know, he could have easily just let Green go up for that layup, but he's stuck with it. Ramsey playing at a different rhythm right now, isn't he?
Lawle. Well, Malik Green cannot believe a foul's gone against him. He's got a technical for his response as well. He ran away absolutely livid with the call, Malik Green, but it's the visual dissent that the referee has called him for. So that's 2 fouls in quick succession on Malik Green. And that's one of them at the playoff basketball. You don't know if that foul might come back to hurt you later in the game. And even if you think the referee's got it wrong, and maybe he has got it wrong, you cannot compound it.
And here he has to be careful too, how he's talking to him, but he'll call the foul. Let's have a look. I think it's just that trip is what he's called.
It's because he's trying to lean out of the way. I think the referee's called it for a clash of legs rather than anything up top. But As you say, even if the referee's got it wrong, you have to just let it slide.
I was watching the Timberwolves Denver Nuggets last night, late, like I told you, I was up, and Towns, no. What?
Carl Anthony Towns.
Yes, and also the young buck. Why is my head gone?
Sorry, I'm just distracted by Teddy Allen, who looks like he might have an issue with his arm. I think it's a cut, or is it? Well, if it's a cut, he'll have to go out of the game, surely. Or whatever. He seems to be carrying on.
Okay, I've got it. Anthony Edwards.
Anthony Edwards, yes. Ant-Man.
Yeah, Ant-Man stared down a player on the Denver, and he got a technical. A stare.
Stare down, yeah.
A stare down.
Yeah.
I mean, Malik Green just did a runaway.
It's that taunting thing, isn't it?
Yeah,
Left to get to the free throw line early on here. Here's Nixon for three. Hit that big shot last night to win the game for his team.
I think both teams just need to be careful because they're talking way too much to the referees, and you have to adjust. What you got yesterday isn't going to be the same as today. It's 3 different guys, it's different games. You've got to adjust throughout the game, so don't get so emotional. Just next play, adjust.
Well, he thought he was fouled on the shot there, which was his complaint. But as you say, there's a line. You've got to be careful. Allen for three. Allen gets his first 3-point shot of the game to go.
Yeah, that one looked good from this angle.
Nice cut and good jam from Delpesh.
You see what I mean about the pick and roll? They haven't figured out a way to defend it when you've got such a good guard coming off the pick.
Thomas to the fall away. That's a difficult shot. Nixon to Nichols. A lot of space in the corner for Pipkins, but he can't hit. Here's Lowell. Cross court to Thomas. Back it comes to Allen. That's a push-off, is it? Yes, it is. Foul is called against Allen, and Nixon is firing the crowd up.
Yeah, he is. Look at this. Just too much of a push-off. And obviously Nixon plays into that. Easy one for the referee to call.
He's fired up, Nixon, isn't he?
Yeah, they're playing at a different energy level. You can see they play so well here in the tank. I think they're 15-4 in regular season. And they just played wonderful here.
Unfortunately, one of the teams that have beaten them is the one they're facing today. Here's Glasgow off the mark. Nichols is crowded out of it. Allen to Lowell, sets his feet for three, and he is blocked. What a play. Pipkins, great defensive play, and Washington's going to get a foul there. It's going to be 2 free throws.
Different type of intensity from yesterday, which of course, right? Somebody goes home, somebody's season is over today. So I can see the energy, I can see the intenseness, you can see the chippiness. There's the block. That looked like it was a high five to the hand, but either way, they're off to the races.
Nixon at the free throw line, his first point of the game. Unless you have too many players lined up. Nixon was on there.
He had his referee hat.
He had his referee hat on. He's like, you can't do this, ref. Threw it back to him. You're only allowed 3 defensive players lined up. When I started playing as a kid, you could line them all up. You could have 4
Everyone
guys
on the
there.
block?
Yeah, everybody
Really?
was allowed. And then can't remember what point they changed. It was a long, long time ago.
Showing your age.
Yeah,
Fine
I always
wine.
do, don't I?
That's right. Young at heart.
Yes, indeed. But not in the body, unfortunately. Here's Allen. Allen driving in. There's a hand check foul. It's on the floor. But they're over the limit, Sheffield, so it'll be 2 free throws anyway.
Yeah, good job, Allen. Knowing that is the best thing. Drive to the bucket, put pressure on the referees, get to the line, get himself going.
Well, that is the thing, is even when he doesn't shoot the ball from the floor as well as he would like, he always seems to find a way to get
to the free throw line
and just tick the points up. He's an accumulator of points, isn't he? He does have spurts where, was it the Surrey game a couple of weeks ago where he scored 10 points in like a minute?
Yeah, really quick, and he fills it up.
He also just chips away. Every quarter he gets 2 or 3 free throws, maybe 4 or 5, and you know, you do that, you get 20 points at the end of the game before you do it, make a 3.
Just like that.
Sounds easy, doesn't it? Here is Nixon for 3 on the buzzer. Banks it in! Sunday afternoon in Sheffield, but the bank is open for Prentice Nixon. And that is the difference between the two teams at the end of the first quarter. Sheffield lead this one by 3. We'll have the second right after this. Welcome back to Sheffield, where Prentice Nixon separated the two teams with his 3-pointer on the buzzer at the end of the opening quarter. I'm not sure if he called bank or not, but it doesn't matter at this time of year, as long as it goes in.
Yeah, and it looks very familiar as he hit the game winner yesterday.
Interesting lineup here for the Leicester Riders with Bowman in the game as they turn it over. Bowman didn't come on yesterday at all.
And Adobu back in the game, excuse me, for the first time.
So this is an all-bench 5 for Leicester. All their starters currently sat down.
I don't know what that means. Sometimes that's just a message to your starters, like, you better get your stuff together.
Here's Rotino in the corner for 3, and he knocks it down. Back-to-back threes either side of the quarter break for Sheffield.
Back to Washington.
Washington to Shelton, and Shelton will lay it in as Nichols hits the deck looking for an offensive foul.
Well, yesterday we saw multiple charges in game 2. So, no call.
3 threes in a row for the Sheffield Sharks. And suddenly they lead by 7.
Yeah, and their defensive rotation is just letting them down. Sharks are wide open on the last 2 shots.
Bowman underneath is fouled, and he will shoot 2.
Well, here it is. Look, the defense all gets sucked in, so Pipkin's in the corner, wide open, has lots of time to set his feet.
Well, Sheffield were struggling a little bit from the three-point line until the last 2 seconds of the first quarter, and suddenly they're at 4 of 7.
And the percentage gone up, yeah. I think anything's better. They only hit 2 yesterday. 13% yesterday.
Leicester
really struggled.
Missing free throws early on. It's their 4th miss of the game from the free throw line. Those are the ones you don't want to come back and haunt you at the end. All those 3 points you left out there. Bowman goes 1 for 2.
Missed 6 yesterday. They were 12 for 18.
Well, they're getting to the line a lot, that's for sure. Nixon. That's a difficult shot made to look easy.
Yeah. He's not afraid. Definitely has the green light. Floats into that one.
A little collision there. Washington able to keep the dribble. Adowu for 3. Off the mark. Good box out by Eichelrock, keeping Bowman behind him. Chance to open a double-figure lead here for Sheffield. Nixon's going to fire up the 3. Ooh, halfway down.
Little heat check.
Yeah. Not Cash, though. Washington to the basket. That won't count. Foul is on the floor.
I wonder if these are the moments that we're really starting to see. Oh, the dark horses that have made the journey.
Leicester fans in the house. There was a good number of Sheffield fans yesterday and a great number of Leicester fans as well last week. It's one of the benefits of this matchup is it's pretty close. It's an hour 15, Sheffield to Leicester and vice versa. So you do get a good away support, and both sets of away fans very loud. I was in the building.
He was at the game yesterday, wasn't he? Having a great time.
Very loud, yeah.
Yeah,
might have had a little celebration going on myself during the day. Might have had a cheeky shandy during the day.
Yeah, the cameraman got you last night. Sorry.
I wasn't happy. I'll be having words. Ball on the floor. Delpesh hits the line, so that'll be a Leicester ball. Holmes returns to the action.
Also Allen back in, right? Yep. Yeah, I was going to say, these times you really start to miss Kibble. Like how much of his, leadership, his point guard skills have really been missed in these playoffs.
Allen stumbling through, knocked away from him. Sheffield looking to run again. And right down the middle goes R.J. Eichelrock.
Yeah, slices his way down. Call a timeout.
Well, Leicester with a timeout. Sheffield leading this one by 10 points here in Game 3. And Leicester trying to keep things alive here. Let's have a look back at Game 1.
This is the shot.
Riders coming out with a lot of confidence. Leicester got the true first blood. Francis Nixon go for a Hail Mary 3 from Pipkins. In and around again. Are you kidding me? This guy has come ready to play, and there's a 3. It's up. Oh my goodness! It's a big time 3-pointer. Now it's a 3-point ball game. Turning, spinning. Huge play. Congratulations, Leicester Riders. Big time victory.
Got a cut to the head, and that's why he was complaining on the way out that he got fouled on that previous play. He's been in the wars already here today. You can see there's a little cut above the eye. He's got one on the arm as well.
He was saying in that last possession that he drove in, it should have been a foul.
Well, the upside of having that timeout is they're able to treat it without him missing any time. But yeah, going back to that game one, Sheffield led by 9, Leicester at one stage led by 11, and Leicester in the end seeing it over the line. Sheffield now leading this one by 10. And Leicester led by 13 in the first half yesterday as well, and Sheffield were able to pull it all the way back. So these two teams not averse to playing from behind. Leicester are doing it at the moment, and it's 2 free throws for Adowu.
And this is where I think Leicester are really good. When they move the ball goes inside, they set screens, they make the defense move, have to guard multiple actions, they get the ball inside to Adowu, who's incredible down low. And that's where I really enjoy watching them, when they get kind of lured into this one-on-one action, which I get is very, you know, this age of basketball.
Yeah, it is. And you've got, you know, Allen is
this is
great in ISO play. Holmes obviously can attack the rim. Thomas can attack the ring. So they have got players that can do it. But as you say, when the ball moves, and again, that's something that McKenzie brings to the team that is not here, as Washington.
For me, I think
Nixon a foul.
Sorry, I think it's just the balance of it. You know, if you've had 3 to 4 one-on-one plays, that's when I feel like, let's get a good structural play. Let's get something that we actually want. Who's got the hot hand? Let's go to that player. But when you're into your 4th and your 5th one-on-one, you know, dance with the ball, just shoot it, nobody's touched it, that's when I get upset.
Here's Eichel Rock driving hard to the hole. I think the block was clean. I think the foul was on when he picked the ball up by Law. So it'll be 2 free throws for Eichel Rock. Oh, Johnny Nelson in the house. Sheffield royalty, the former boxer. You often see him sideline at Sharks games. He loves a bit of basketball. And I'm sure he'll be loving that Sheffield are up 9.
Sunday fun day action. Doesn't feel like Sunday, but maybe because it's a bank holiday.
Bank holiday, yeah.
We haven't got nothing to do tomorrow.
We'll have our Sunday tomorrow.
Yes.
Yeah.
I am going to make tacos though for dinner today.
Yeah,
Cinco de Mayo. Yeah, it's rude not to. Do you know what I mean?
Michael Rock goes 1 for 2. Thomas, he's going to take the 3, and he's going to splash it.
Good set on his feet. Well, really, thought about passing it.
Yeah.
Said, why not let it go? Well-needed offense for the Riders.
Nixon around to Nichols. Nichols creates a little bit of space and hits the 10-foot shot.
Talking about a guy that, you know, has started, can start. Nichols is okay with coming off the bench, doing his job, staying in his role.
Thomas looking inside. Delpesh's hand is there to break it up.
Bad pass.
Blocked by Adowu. Lawler's out running the floor, and Law will get the easy lay-in. Defense to offense for Leicester. And that will call a timeout for Atiba Lions and the Sheffield Sharks, as Sheffield have had their lead cut down to 7. We've seen game 1. Let's remind us what happened yesterday in game 2.
What a pass in the lane against Delpesh. For the Allen now. Bit of separation. Gets the and one. Nice penetration down the baseline. He goes in. Finishes this one. Well, here comes Nixon. Pick and roll. Nixon pump fakes. Deep 3. Oh my goodness!
Sheffield Sharks get it done.
Sharks did get it done, winning that one by 3. And they are in the lead here in game 3. 37-30. 6 minutes from halftime. But as I say, yesterday's game ebbed and flowed. And we're expecting this one to do very much the same here today.
Yeah, and yesterday at halftime it was 47-41, 6-point game to Leicester. They were up in game one. Sheffield was up. So we've just seen it. It's ups and downs and roundabouts, and I just think this is a prime example, one, of, you know, the love of why I love basketball and, you know, the excitement, but also playoff basketball.
Well, the intensity just ratchets up with every second that ticks off here. Here's Ramsey. Retino. Green squaring up. He's in an awkward spot. Jordan Retino provides an outlet and a reach-in foul called against Allen. That's his second personal foul. So yet nobody's reached three in the first half. A plethora of players on two. Mike Rock, offensive foul, dropping his shoulder into Lawl's chest and sending him to the floor. And I just said nobody'd reached three, and there's Idle Rock doing exactly that, his third personal foul, so he will sit down.
Yeah, he's going to have to. He's upset about that, but it's the right decision to also take him out the game. Can't afford.
Graphic there has Green on 3 fouls. I only have him down for 2. We'll get that confirmed.
He had that technical too, though, didn't he? And I think he had.
Thomas missing from close range. Green doing a good job. His 2 fouls for Green. It was those 2 in quick succession, the foul and then the technical. Thrown away. Here's Thomas for 3. Off the mark. Adowa with the offensive rebound and the putback.
Big man rebound. Magnet to that ball. Good finish as well. Kept the ball high.
Ramsey with the step away. Nichols way overcooks that one.
You can see the defense locked in. A bit more energy from the Riders in that possession.
Allen loses the dribble, gets it back. Holmes almost loses it as well. Calling for the screen. Cross court to Law. Shot clock getting low. Law needs to get it away. In some ways, that's a benefit to Leicester that it's been deflected out of bounds because it gives them a chance to draw something up. We'll have a timeout to do it as well. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back. Fans are hoping they'll get another home game to come in the semi-finals. Leicester need to go quick on this out of bounds, and that didn't hit the rim, so that'll be a shot clock violation against the Riders. Remember, the winner of this game will take on Cheshire in a best-of-3 semi-final next weekend.
I really can't believe it's been 25 years since a Game 3.
Yep, 1999 was the last. It was April. They played them a little earlier then. But 1999, the last time they had best of 3. Sheffield was one of those games in 1999 that went to best of 3. They've been to a third game. Holmes driving through. Basket is good. He'll go to the line for the bonus.
Yeah.
And strong move from Jaron Holmes.
Indeed, and I think he can get that whenever he wants, really. Nobody's stopped him yet. But you're right, in all the other rounds in this playoffs have been a sweep. London Lions sweeping Surrey, and Cheshire sweeping Bristol. And Newcastle, like you said, the upset.
Wow.
I was and I wasn't surprised by that.
Yeah.
You know, because I felt like Caledonia have been so up and down and round and really kind of struggled in moments where Newcastle are just a bunch of dogs, really. You know,
Leicester continue to struggle from the
free throw line.
Well, so I was about to say, it's the third time Sheffield have hosted a Game 3. They were winners in both 99 and 95 in Game 3. They were 1 seed taking on the 8, so that going to 3 was probably the surprise more than anything else, as Holmes lays it in. And Leicester, who trailed by double figures not that long ago, have cut it down to 1, and Atiba Lyons has had to burn his second time out here.
Yeah, and Holmes putting Leicester Riders on his back, saying, don't worry, I'll get us back into this game. And I said that. I don't think anyone has figured out how to stop him, and it's pretty much an 8-0 run by himself. But he's strong the first step. You know, he's great around the rim. They haven't figured out somebody to get in his way.
Well, Atiba Lyons having a conversation with Marko Bakovic, his assistant, before going into the huddle to try and bring to an end this 8-0 run. Semi-finals, as I mentioned, start next weekend. Cheshire against the winner here today, 7:30 on the British Basketball League YouTube channel. You can watch that one. Sky Sports is the place to be for Newcastle against London Lions in leg 1 of that semi-final. The game 2s will be on Sunday at 4:30, either here or down the road in Leicester against Cheshire, and then it's a 1:30 start for the London Lions against the Newcastle Eagles. Game 3s, if they're needed, will be after that, early in the following week. But Rob Paternoster and his team have managed to close the gap. This is actually the first time Leicester have ever played a Game 3 in the British Basketball League. They didn't do it in the early years, first 12 years of the league when it was best of 3. They did play 3 before the British Basketball League was founded. One as a 6 seed on the road at Manchester United. One as a 8 seed on the road at Manchester Giants, beating the league champions. And lost a 4-5 matchup, also on the road, against the old BCP London team. Used to play in Brunel back in the mid-80s.
Love that. Thanks for that.
Oh, it's just random. I just assumed they had played a Game 3 in British Basketball League history, Leicester, but when I looked it up this morning, there weren't any there. They weren't very good in the early years of the British Basketball League, it's fair to say. So if they did make the playoffs, which wasn't a guarantee, they often got swept out of them. Here's Nixon off the front iron. They've been pretty good in recent years, Leicester, and they've managed to find their way to the 0-2 a number of times. It's not going to be easy for them this year, but they're still fighting for it as Nichols knocks down a 3 and brings to an end that Leicester run.
Yeah, good job, Nichols. Keep moving in the offense. Come up to that little slot position for Glasgow Junior to find him. I was looking at that strap, is that Newcastle is getting the home.
Yep, home game first.
Yeah, the home game first.
Well, that was the way, going back to the history, that was the way it always was. The lower seed would play the home game first and then 2 games
away.
At the highest seed. I think it was only twice in the first 12 years where they did the 1-1-1 that we've done this year. But
yeah, and the higher seed can pick.
Yes. So presumably London have opted to go on the road first.
Correct.
That's for Nichols' call for a foul. It's a little hug there for referee Hodgson there.
I haven't seen that before. Just hug it out. Put Thomas back to the line.
Well, Leicester have got with some regularity today. This is shots number 16 and 17. Unfortunately for them, they're still in single figures in makes. And they will be ruining all of these missed free throws. So many times they've gone 1 for 2. 7 points given away. You're down by 3.
Yeah, you're right though. 17 times they've got to the free throw line.
Oh, what a block from Law. Shutting the door on Glasgow. Looked like a wide open shot when he caught the ball.
Yeah, well recovered back from Law.
Skip across to Nichols, puts it on the floor this time. Out to Rotino, late shot clock for 3, and he knocks down another. Sheffield with their 6th 3 of the game.
Yeah, good ball movement. You see the players constantly moving, relocating, and that time Rotino on the end of the 3.
Well, as you said, they only made 2 yesterday. 6 already in the first half here. Here's Law driving through, and the foul goes against the Leicester man. That'll be an offensive foul, his 2nd of the game.
Here it is, puts his shoulder down, pushes his way through.
Not too dissimilar to the one that he drew at the other end of the floor. Going against him this time. Nixon on the pick and roll. Backs away. He's looking to attack himself. Tough shot. Misses it.
And I feel like Nixon, I had a go at him yesterday, gets stuck in these moments too.
The ISO. You know.
Yeah, the ISO.
He's got his hands in the passing lane there, though. It's deflected out of bounds. Stays with Leicester, but only 9 on the shot clock. Allen creates room for the shot, misses it though. Nixon kicks it forward. Rotino thought about the 3, takes it at the 2nd attempt, halfway down and out. Lowell under pressure, a lot of shots around him, and he needed to get rid of that there. He's turned it over. Numbers again. Wide open is Rotino, and this time he hits the bottom of the net, and Sheffield's lead is back up to 9, and Rob Paternostro calls a timeout, and that was really Law. He was stumbling from one defender to another. He needed to get rid of that ball. Instead, he turned it over. 4 on 2, and Sheffield make them pay.
Yeah, wonderful job. Rotino just in that corner, waiting his turn. Look at this. Here's what you talked about. Defense in swarming Law. He had multiple passes, left wide open, nobody running out to him. He has all the time in the day to get himself set and hit.
The problem was because Law fell over in turning the ball over. The other 2 players were down on the baseline, so they only had 2 players to run back Leicester, and Sheffield were quick to move. And you always, in modern game, have a player in the corner for the exact result that Rotino gave us there. So 27 seconds left in this second quarter. Leicester will be hoping for a score and a stop, and just to narrow the deficit a little bit.
Yeah, and especially if you can just chip away at this lead, get yourself some sort of little bit of momentum going into the locker room as Coach Rob draws up a play.
Coutinho with 9 points to his name. He's 3 of 4 from behind the arc. They spread the offense so well, Sheffield. They have a number of guys on 7. And he's the leader with 9.
And that's what we said about their bench, right? They've been starters throughout the season. They've been, had to step up, be that guy.
Leicester looking to run as much of the clock off as they can. Holmes trips over Delpesh, and it's the Sheffield man who's called for the foul, his second.
Holmes,
they're over the limit, so it's 2 free throws for Leicester.
Only Delpesh's second foul.
Well, if ever Leicester needed 2 to go in, it's here.
Holmes takes his time, has a moment, catches breath. Free throws are important.
Still off the mark. That is the 8th missed free throw of the first half by Leicester. They're down by 9. They've missed 8 from the line. And the ball just getting a little cleaning. So now Holmes will return to the free throw line. Oh, he's missed them both. Leicester fans can't believe it. Last couple of seconds, can Nixon end the first half the way he did the first quarter? Not quite. That one falls a long way short. But Sheffield are on top here in this do-or-die game. Game 3 of the playoff quarterfinals. The Sharks have a 9-point lead. We will break it all down right after this break. Back to our coverage of this Game 3 in the British Basketball League playoffs. And Azania, the one thing at halftime that we've just been talking about is Leicester getting to the free throw line 19 times, unbelievably good.
Yep.
But 9 missed free throws, they're down 9.
Yeah, and some people shoot 100%, but even if you get, a couple more of those and you can be in that lead. But for me, the stats, can we have the stats, please? Thank you very much. Here they go. I'm doing your job for you, Dan. The stats that I wanted to talk about is this turnovers for Leicester. They've got 9 turnovers, but off of those turnovers, Sharks have 10 points. They've really executed as soon as a missed shot or they run through the passing lane, they're down the other end.
They really have turned defense into offense. Also, 7 made threes for Sheffield. They averaged 6.9 per game, so they're above their average at halftime, and that has been key to them putting 46 points on the board here.
Yeah, you're right. And in the first, game 2, they didn't shoot a good clip from the three-point line, but it's been the rebounding. And for me, maybe riders need to take a little bit out of the Sheffield Sharks books in the fact of, yes, they have 15 rebounds in this first half, but only 1 offensive rebound.
And Leicester have sort of ebbed and flowed in terms of their offense as we look back at these highlights. At times they've looked good, the ball's moved. At other times they're a bit more static, whereas Sheffield have found good looks. When we see those 3-pointers, they are more often than not open.
Yeah, wide open, and they're really doing a good job penetrating, get deep in the paint. If they don't have a wide open layup, like you said, then they're kicking out to wide open 3-point shooters. Here's one of them. Ritino having a long time, yeah.
Ritino having the time and space, and he's a very good 3-point shooter. And this was the point you were talking about, turnovers leading to points.
Yeah, and here yet again a wide open shot. If I'm Leicester Riders, we need to notch it up a lot, or we're going home. We're packing our bags.
Well, that is the thing, an important few minutes for them, I feel, at the start of the third quarter, if they are to make the semi-finals. Well, let's find out now how Newcastle and Cheshire made it to the semis. Here's Taj Green rolling to the basket. Nice pass and a good finish.
And that's what he does.
Ali Hodgic again looking to bully his way to the basket and a chance for an and one. Here's Jimenez driving in, finding Kyle Johnson underneath. And a good response here. Here's Johnson, that's a tough 3. Misses everything, but Larry Austin's there to turn it into an assist. Whelan drops it back. Johnson in the right place for 2. Here's Carl Johnson leaving it short. You'll get a call back now after that. Oh, Taj Green with the flush top of the head.
And the energy that he's injected into this Virtu Motors arena will fuel this Newcastle Eagles team.
Austin through the contact and 1. The flex of the muscles. Newcastle on top here. Double team comes. Jimenez into the key, throws it in for 2. Whitfield steps back for 3. What a shot that is!
Devin Whitfield.
Here's Whitfield for 3, and he strings it. And Newcastle continue to pile on the pain for Caledonia. Jimenez drops it off. Ali Hodgic rocks the rim.
Nice drive and dish there from Jimenez. That's what you get from him.
Whelan with a little hesitation to the rim through the contact. Foul is called.
Johnson is super direct, getting all the way to the lane for the and one.
Oh, beautiful. Newcastle in full flow here. And the Newcastle Eagles running rampant. There he goes again. This time he kicks out to Omwas, who knocks down a 3. Only the second 3 of the game for the Caledonia Gladiators. McGill's going to attack, get all the way to the rim, and shows them how he does it. The Geordies are on their feet. Their team is going to the semi-finals. The Newcastle Eagles have upset the seedings, and they've swept the Caledonia Gladiators out of the playoffs.
Here come the Phoenix. Tempo's going to be so crucial to this game. Skylar White from downtown, knocking down the three-pointer. Again, looking like themselves like they usually do, Kyla.
Skylar White finding his rhythm again after struggling a little bit at the end of the season.
Well, here we go, going in, finishing, getting the layup. And all of a sudden, the Flyers going on a bit of a run here. Green go for a post-up. Use the strength, goes in, finishes. Simply unstoppable by the Green Machine. A bit of a sluggish, slow start, to say the least, from both these two teams. But Chagwa just taking Brad Green to school inside the paint. Ollison goes in with a bit of a Euro step. That was beautiful. Again, the nightmare that you have against the Phoenix. So many perimeter options. There's another one, Chagwa. You might as well just invite them. Hey, take game two. Here's an invitation. And you can have a free buffet, too. Johnson pulls up a three, can't get it. This is much better, though, for Bristol. Fighting for second chances. Tries again. That's the hot. That's what you need here for playoff basketball. Now we're under 10, the shot clock. Ollison turning it over. That time Smith was wide open. Here comes Chagwa. Goes in all the way again, looking like a baby tucked in Jay. Can the Flyers cut it down to single digits? Tough pass, finds Jacob. Huge three in the corner. It's up, and it's good. Now it's a 7-point ball game. Doherty couple Smith again overcommitting. Finds Maceo, three is up, and there you can see, there's the composure. Chagwa hesitates. Hail Mary from downtown, Ethan Chagwa. Now quick three from the Flyers up, side of the backboard. Oh, here we go. Aaron Ryan now on the break. It goes up, throws it down with two hands. Could this be a team that goes to the 0-2? Could they possibly win it? But Ollison now firing a three. It's up. Well, it's not over yet. Back to single digits. Bit of contact goes in. And momentarily, this guy responds. He's taking it over. Right now in the lane, going up. Are you kidding me? Andreas Kapoulis has been ejected, and it's just frustration moments here now for the Flyers. Cheshire Phoenix, they get the brooms out. They're going to sweep this one as they will head on to the semifinals, and they will await to see who they'll play in the next round. Will it be the Leicester Riders, or of course, will it be the Sheffield Sharks?
So that is how Cheshire and Newcastle joined London in the semi-finals of the British Basketball League playoffs. But will it be Sheffield or Leicester who joins them? Find out right after this break. Well, welcome back to our coverage of the British Basketball League playoffs. Two teams trying to extend their season. The final is only 2 weeks away.
Get ready for the playoffs. With 8 teams in the Women's and the Men's League fighting for a spot in the playoff final.
Put the work in, you put the work in, everyone knows you deserve it. They must be blind like curtains, certain. Anything you got, you've earned it. Sky's the limit, it's reachable. Just jump high, it's achievable. Can't stop me, I'm unbeatable. I'm unbeatable, I'm unbeatable.
Every time they want to clash, the winners kicking through the door. I'm unbeatable. Just running out of stop. Everyone running out the clock. I fail once, never stop. I am unbeatable. I am unbeatable.
I'm unbeatable.
I am unbeatable. I am unbeatable, yeah.
I'm unbeatable.
I am unbeatable, yeah. I am unbeatable. I am unbeatable, yeah.
British Basketball League 2024 playoffs. Don't miss any of the action.
Well, one guy who is trying to drive his team to the playoff semi-finals at least is Jordan Rattino. He's played some great defense at one end of the floor, but when he's had that open three, he's knocked it down.
He sure is. He's 3 from 4 from the three-point line in the first half.
He's always been a good knockdown shooter. He does a lot of other stuff. That's why he tends to play big minutes for this team. But give him time and space and he can hit it.
Well, he hasn't shot a 2 yet. All of his shots this afternoon have been all from the three-point line, but you're right, the defense, he's got the big assignment against Allen.
Ramsey knocks down the first shot of the second half, and Sheffield have their biggest lead of the contest at 11.
I'm pretty sure Ramsey did that at the start of the game, right? He was aggressive.
Very aggressive in the early moments. Allen under pressure, doesn't go. These are big moments here for Sheffield. They can land a knockout blow with a good run here at the start of the third quarter. Green, it's knocked away by Russell. Leicester come up with it. Holmes takes it himself, but he misses. Russell, he misses as well. Well, that was 2 easy ones for Leicester. They want back. They're running out of time to get them back. That's the problem. Ramsey dishes it off to Green, and the foul is called on Walker.
Sheffield really organised in their offense. You know, if they don't get that quick fast break layup and they don't get a good look, no, they slow it down, they pull it back out, and then they reset their offense and then try and get another good look. This time was Green driving and getting the foul. Go for 2.
Tuba Lions watching on as his team stretch what is already their biggest lead of the contest. I just feel if they can win this first 5 minutes of the third quarter. Well, now Sheffield are missing. Maybe it's that end of the floor. Sheffield are missing free throws.
Well, and the third quarter yesterday was huge for Sheffield. They scored 19 points, where the Riders only scored 9 in that third.
That was where they came back into it and took the lead. Russell in and out though. Leicester still looking for their first score of the second half. Ramsey floats one up, gets his own rebound. They've already got 10 second chance points in this game. Sheffield looking to find another 2. Here is Green. And he drops in for him.
Gets the home friendly bounce and in, and you can see it, feeling good. The energy is definitely with Sheffield right now. Riders need to figure out something going to the rim, or at least a shot. There it is.
Holmes going to the rim, can't convert. Sheffield get it again. Leicester 3 times to the basket, no points to show for it. Ramsey thought about the 3, moved it on to Eitel Rock. Ooh. That was a real chance for a big blow. Allen, Leicester needs something now. Can he provide it? No, his shot rims in and out.
What's going
Well,
on?
a lid on the basket for Leicester.
Struggling. And this is the exact same thing they had yesterday.
Green throws it in. And Rob Paternostro has to call an early timeout here. 3 minutes into the third quarter. His team in a massive hole as Sheffield score the first 7 points of the third period.
Yeah, and Sheffield come out locked and loaded, come into this third quarter like they did yesterday. I can't talk about it enough. For me, the third quarter is such an important momentum swing. If you're down, you can really come in and make a punch. Here they're up. They've got the energy. I always struggled actually in the third quarter because you've obviously, you've had your snacks, you've sat down at halftime, and then you've got to get that second win back, and sometimes it's a real struggle, and Leicester have been this team that have struggled in the third.
Well, this is the problem with being down 9 at half-time instead of maybe 3 or 4. If they'd made the normal amount of free throws that they would normally shoot, is it only takes a 7-0 start, and suddenly you're looking at 53-37 and a long way back instead of only being, maybe 10 points down.
Yeah, and right now, if I'm Leicester, I really need to rally together. I really need to come on the same page and just look each other dead in the eyes. Boys, if we don't figure this out, we're going home and warm the bus up, and off you go.
And you feel like it's got to come now. It's got to come in the next 2 or 3. I know there is still 17 minutes to go, but if they don't start to chip away at this lead and get it back down, say 3 minutes from now, just get it back down towards 10.
Yeah, easy then you can really start to feel the energy. But right now, just a bit of a lull.
Well, they started the first half slowly, but they didn't get too far behind in all of that. Adowu gets them on the board. They needed that first score of the second half for Leicester.
Yeah, and that's a guy that will definitely take the challenge and get to the rim.
Eitel Rock driving through, drops it off to Delpesh with the two-handed throwdown.
Puts an exclamation mark on it. Just waited right there under the basket. Nice little pocket pass off.
Allen inside to Adowu. Too deep. He had Ramsey on his back. He's way too big for Ramsey to handle.
Yeah, and good job, Riders, finding the hot hand, finding the weakness in Sheffield's defense. Right now, I'm going back to Adowu until he misses.
Green off the mark. Rebound Holmes. Holmes is still pushing. Holmes drops it off to Lowell. Lowell underneath, squeezes it in for 2.
Yeah, good couple possessions for Leicester Rider. They've put 3 plays in a row now.
Well, just a stoppage because the shot clock wasn't ticking properly. So referee going to the table to sort that one out. It's one of those where it becomes hard to work out what it should be. Here's this play. Could have almost been a turnover. Eitel Rock with his strength found Delpesh, who got the fans on their feet. Sheffield rotating. You can see Ramsey sitting down. Nixon and Pipkins entering the fray. Shot clock getting low. Here's Pipkins. He gets a friendly bounce for 2.
And stops on the dime, right in the middle. Into the last 5 minutes of this third quarter. Well, I'll tell you who is watching this game. It's the next round. Cheshire Phoenix.
Yeah.
Why not?
Going to learn who they are playing next weekend in the next 15 minutes of action. Adowu backs out for 3. Adowu hits. What a quarter he's had since he's come on.
Massive. Was great down low. Now stretching the floor.
Nixon throws it away. Allen under pressure, hits the side of the board. He was going out of bounds, so he had to throw it up, and he ended up committing the foul while he was on the floor. Timeout called in the ball game. Leicester still in a bit of a hole. Is there a way back? Find out after this break. Welcome back to Sheffield, where the home team had scored 13 in a row around that halftime break until he came into the game and rescued Leicester a little bit.
Yeah, and if you want to chip away at this 11-point lead, I think you go into Adowu. He had back-to-back, actually back 3 consecutive baskets, 2 down low, great strong post moves, and then that 3-point shot.
He's got 7 of their 9 in this quarter. Nixon out to Pipkins for 3. Big shot out of the timeout. Jalen Pipkins.
Pipkins, time after time, really taking on the role of coming off the bench this season. Doesn't care that he doesn't start. Gets his feet set into that 3.
Inside, blocked by Nichols, denying Adowu, and that'll be a Leicester possession, but a big defensive play for Kipper Nichols. Oh, it's knocked away from Thomas. Rotino did enough there. Here comes Sheffield in the open court, lobbed up, and Green jams it in. Great pass from Pipkins, and Sheffield are back up 16.
Electric. The energy that Sheffield needed. Here they are, off to the races, put the ball up. And why not rock the rim?
Well, they're on their feet here in Sheffield after that play. And they get the sense that this is a moment for their team to land this knockout blow.
Sorry, look how hard Rotino is working on Teddy Allen. He's not giving him an inch of space. He's running after and around screens, denying him. Doesn't ever leave him. Look at him. He's just attached to him.
Holmes driving hard. A good challenge again from Nichols, but there's that man Adowu to get Leicester 2 much needed points.
Adowu putting in a shift right now.
He's a guy that doesn't want the season to end here. Oh, what a shot for 3 under the challenge from Nixon.
Asking for the foul. There it is, 9 from 20, 45%. Yesterday they were only 13%. 2 from 15 from the 3-point line, not today.
Holmes late in the shot clock. Creates some room for the step back. Misses everything. I think that's a... oh, no, he did hit the rim. The referee says that's fine. Adowu in close for 2. Good. He's playing them on his own at the minute.
Yeah, it is Adahu versus Sheffield, you're right. Good job, referees, seeing that the ball hit the rim, so the shot clock got reset to 14.
Oh, miscommunication, and the ball is thrown away.
Can't afford those. My bad. It's all right, but it gives another opportunity for the Riders to now chip in. It's a 15-point deficit.
Green replaced by Delpesh. Sheffield very much on top in this game. Leicester desperately searching for something, anything.
Yeah, again, Allen has to get rid of the ball.
Dowu trying to go to work on his own, and he does successfully.
Wow. He's got a highlight reel of his own. It's just going off in this quarter.
Dowu now up to 13 in this quarter. Tipped down, and he gets the rebound.
I'm going back to Ado. He scored every point, -2 for the Leicester Riders.
Well, Thomas forcing one up there. It almost went in. He was trying to draw the foul, but Nichols did well to avoid it. Nixon along the baseline, in off the glass. And they continue to keep the scoreboard ticking.
That's tough, Dan. Defense on your back.
Ooh, Adowu's just knocked Nixon to the ground, and Nixon's drawn the foul, gets up, pumps up the crowd. Well, he had to switch, so he was trying to use his extra size to take advantage of Nixon, but
here it is.
Watch it. There you go. He just bumps him to the ground.
Barrels his way in, but Nixon is so good, really playing into that foul.
Lowell committing the foul. His third personal foul. They're not over the limit. Only the 4th foul of the quarter. They've all been on Leicester.
And Sheffield hasn't fouled?
Nope.
Wow. Sure haven't.
Pipkins.
Pretty.
Strings it from the top of the key.
Great. And that, yet again, that pick into, this time not a roll, but can come off, creates that space enough for Pipkins to release that pretty jump shot.
Washington ticking it down. Reaching foul on Pipkins. There you go. That's first foul of the quarter. His third.
Yep. Third foul. He can afford it as we're about to go into the 4th. He has to be smart here. Can't pick up any silly foul in this last 12 seconds.
Low. Great defensive play again by Sheffield. Retino's going to fire from 3-quarter court. Ooh, not too far away. Well, there are 10 minutes left in this game 3 in the playoffs. Sheffield are on the brink of booking themselves a spot in the Final 4. Can Rob Paternostro and his Riders respond? Find out after this break. at Sheffield, where there are 10 minutes for Leicester to save their season. Down 17. They have to win this quarter by 18 or their season is over. Here's Allen trying to get 3 off the mark.
The thing is, Leicester can fill it up so quickly, especially when you got a guy like Allen. He doesn't need a lot of time.
Well, they could do with one of those 10 points in a minute spells from him, couldn't they? Nixon, he's off the mark for 3. Allen trying to get the rebound, but Nichols comes away with it. Well, Sheffield can finish them here in the first couple of minutes. Pipkin's trying to do exactly that. It's out to 20.
And we've seen that this afternoon, time after time. Sheffield driving deep into the paint, sucking all the defense in, and then kicking it out for a wide open 3.
Washington for 3. That misses. Dowu trying to keep it alive. And it looks like Leicester's race is run here. Sheffield rampant in their own building and on their way to the semi-finals. Well, they're chucking it up now, aren't they, Leicester? They're looking for that 20-point shot, but it doesn't exist. And Sheffield are going to say thank you very much. And they're going to pile on the agony. Well, until Nichols gets called for a travel.
But even Nixon ripping it out of Washington's hands. You need to own that rebound. Don't you dare let anyone do that. Either way, Riders have a position.
Here's Washington. Dowu, who's been the only resistance in the second half as far as Leicester are concerned, but even he can't save them now. Oh, Dowu with the block, but the foul is called. Nixon went for it all there.
Yeah, he did. Risked his life for that one, and he knows it. Took off. Let's have a look. Oh, he actually mishandled the ball.
Yeah, I'm wondering if he was going to drop it, to be fair.
Oh.
But either way, he will go to the free throw line. And you just get the sense that the body language of the two teams suggests that this game is virtually in the books. Sheffield, the number 4 seeds, they fought for home advantage. They overtook Leicester on that last weekend of the season to get 4th. They gave away home advantage by losing that first leg, but they won back last night. And they look like relatively cruising to game 3 here. I don't think your 3-point outcome is going to be on the cards, Azania.
No, you're right. But Nixon there, the clock is your friend.
Yeah,
use the whole shot clock.
Particularly as Leicester are in a rush, there was a foul.
Correct. I don't like that shot. Way too soon in the offense. Move the ball. You can get that any time you want.
Because Leicester are pushing it and trying and trying to find the first quickest shot they can get, preferably for 3. It gives you an opportunity to run the other way. Allen short on the 3.
Here it goes. More. Nixon.
Well, that's been the difference. If those 3-point shot numbers had been the other way round, it wouldn't have been a surprise given the teams and how we've seen them perform this season. But Sheffield have been excellent from the 3-point line. Ratino has especially. He couldn't quite make us look good there and hit that one.
They used the whole shot clock.
Bowman inside is fouled by Delpesh. But they're in party mood here at the Cannon Medical Arena. The celebrations starting early. It's It's a lot more comfortable than these fans might have expected coming in. It's what they would have hoped for, but perhaps they were a little nervous coming in, given how tight the first two games were. Timeout is called, 6:51 to go.
And a whole stand travelled, like you said, it's only just over an hour to Leicester, but the Sharks fans travelled yesterday, so hats off to them.
It's a good turnout here today as well, because obviously you're buying a ticket on hope if you bought it in advance, or you've got to be quick last night to snaffle one up. But some glum faces who, from those who've made their journey up the M1 today, they are, I feel, resigned to their fate.
Still 6 minutes.
Still 6:51 to go. Anything can happen, but the Sharks are in party mood.
That they are. Also, because they don't have to go to work tomorrow either.
Upside.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and like I said before, I think Sheffield just plays the clock. The clock is their friend. No quick offenses really run the clock down. Because we have seen Leicester, like you said, Allen can let it go really quickly and can fill it up even quicker. So it's important that they really use the clock, really milk it, and use that for every possession.
Well, they've done a good job on Allen, haven't they? He's 2 of 11 shooting, and that has certainly helped them keep Leicester to 52 here.
And Martino, for me, you know, his defense has been impeccable today on Allen. He's just not let him breathe, kind of frustrated him, been up under him. Really, they smothered him and doubled at multiple times.
Bowman makes them both from the free throw line. There's Mike Tuck in the house.
There he is.
Is he physio now? He's got the tape in his hand.
I know.
He's ready to do some work. Of course, he was the MVP in the final in 2016 when these two teams met at the O2. Sheffield winning on that occasion, and it looks like Sheffield are going to win on this occasion. An offensive foul against Nichols.
Mr. Tuck, MVP. Have you seen his TV show? It's a
Yeah.
reality star. Love Triangle.
Yeah.
You know, a little silver
Very
fox.
popular in my household.
In your household? Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Not necessarily my cup of tea, but very popular in my house.
Okay.
But Sheffield looking for a bit more love and to advance through. Underneath is Bowman, who lays it in.
Yeah, good poise.
Well, you said it's 5th of May, Cinco de Mayo. It was on that day that Leicester beat Sheffield in 2001 in the playoff final at Wembley, the first ever playoff meeting between these two teams. It's the 3rd time they've met on the 5th of May. Leicester had won both of them. They're not going to win today.
Pitkins. Again, from the 3-point line. 15 points for him.
Well, I think Leicester would take a running clock from here, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
That M1 can't come quick enough, I think, from their point of view.
But you don't want to go out like this, do you?
You're going out.
Okay.
You just want it to be over with, I think, at this stage. Here's Ramsey driving through, stolen away by Adowu. Leicester with some numbers. Holmes to the rim, can't convert. That's kind of been the story of the second half for Leicester, isn't it? They've had a few at the rim and they've not gone in, and maybe they thought there's a foul here or there. It just seems to be difficult for them. It's been anything but at this end of the floor as far as Sheffield are concerned. Leicester with just 19 second half points, and that is why Sheffield are on the brink of reaching the semi-finals. We will have the conclusion of this game 3 right after the break. Welcome back to Sheffield. And very glum-looking faces in the Leicester crowd and on the Leicester bench. The Sheffield fans are having the day of their lives, really. It's been absolutely fantastic for them. The atmosphere from tip to final buzzer has been excellent here at the Cannon Medical Arena.
And from yesterday, really, to the last 24 hours.
They've really enjoyed themselves and they've been right behind their team who've delivered a performance. Foul is called against Thomas. Well, don't forget you can keep up with everything going on in the British Basketball League playoffs with Derek and Stan in double-double. Monday evenings all the way through the playoffs, 7 p.m. on YouTube, TikTok and Twitch.
Yeah, I actually watched that, the Surrey-London game. They twitched it.
Oh, yeah, they did that one as well, didn't they? Oh, nearly tipped in. And Adowa with the rebound. Holmes driving hard, and that will not count, but Holmes will shoot 2 as he is fouled going to the basket. And these are the hardest moments for players to keep it going when in your head you know it's futile. You're down 23, there's 4:29 to go, your season is about to... And are you ever in a situation where you're in a win and go, you win so much, that I don't even know. You lost the playoff game or anything like that?
Yeah, first round when I was with Leicester Riders when I came out of retirement.
Yes, of course.
Rolled my ankle.
Oh, you rolled your ankle, yeah.
That's the reason why we lost,
yeah,
obviously.
Of course it is.
No. Yeah, just, of course, I've been part of many L's. You know, you turn the L's into lessons. But, yeah, it's tough. And, you know, you have to grow from it. You have to learn where you can improve over the summer, potentially. But, yeah, it's a difficult time.
Well, one area of improvement for Leicester would be the free throws. How poorly they've shot today. It's normally something they're very good at, but not today. They've not gone in. There's bodies on the floor there. Play on, says the referee. They see Leicester missed 11, which doesn't seem too important in a 23-point game, but they've missed 9 when it was a 9-point game. Of course, mentioning, that's got to be illegal, whatever it is. It's a Leicester, it's a Sheffield ball. You mentioned the
Tell me.
Leicester Riders women's team. They did advance to the semi-finals yesterday. They were 20 down against Essex before coming back to win. Sheffield are hoping to join them later on today.
Yeah, the Hatters play
Hatters are playing at 6 o'clock against Newcastle. They've just gone off to the locker rooms to get ready, get the game faces on for that one. And of course, 19th of May, playoff finals for both the men's and women's leagues in the British Basketball League from the O2 Arena in London. 2 weeks today. We'll be right in the thick of the final, the men's final right now, 2 weeks.
That's great. I feel like the season's gone so quickly.
19th of May, Johnny Nelson. I'm sure if Sheffield get there, he'll be there. He's really enjoying himself. But you can get your tickets online or join us on Sky Sports to watch the conclusion, the finale of the British Basketball League season. Washington off the mark. Last 3 minutes now. Last 3 minutes for Leicester at least. Sheffield are going to have a minimum of another 80, possibly 120. Who knows, maybe even 160 if they can get all the way. Go through 3. As Green hits a 3. And I think Cheshire have already started the scout report on their semi-final because they know Sheffield is coming their way. As Holmes replies.
Yeah, they'll definitely be watching this game, and I think it is important because, you know, it's going to be such a quick turnaround in the playoffs.
Well, the one thing you would say is you have to defend Cheshire very well. They are a free-scoring team. They have a lot of shooters, a lot of weapons. And Sheffield have shown today that they're up for the defensive fight here. 59 points given up in 38 minutes.
Yeah, just not good. And then, and also shout out Tiba Lyons winning April Coach of the Month
indeed.
As well. Got to give him his flowers.
Got hot at the right time, Sheffield, didn't they? If you think back to the middle of the season, there's trophy games. They were a little disjointed. They obviously brought Green in at that point in time, and then spent a bit of time trying to find out what lineups work, who should come off the bench, who should start. He had a lot of juggling to do. The one thing you would say about Atiba Lyons, having watched him coaching for 15 years, is he always seems to get it right at the end of the season. There may be some lumps and bumps going through the year, but they always seem to get things going by the end of the campaign, and they certainly have this year, and you've got to give him credit because it's not been easy for him, that's for sure.
Yeah, you're right. And it is tough, and I think also just check it, that coming together and understanding, because, you know, Pipkins, there's been multiple guys that have been in the starting lineup and then had to hit the bench or be that guy, not be that guy, and really just, you know, all getting on the same page, all understanding the greater good, the greater goal, what we're trying to achieve here, leave egos at the door, come together. And I think Sheffield, you know, figured it out, and they do have a really tough next challenge in Cheshire Phoenix, who are playing incredible basketball. They've got a lot of weapons on that side, and they're going to have their hands full in that next series in the semi-final.
Oh, they certainly are. And as you say, it's never easy to navigate your way through, but he will have a chance to start planning in a couple of minutes' time to see if they can find their way back to the O2 where they won the playoffs 8 years ago, or whether it's the Knicks who can get there. Of course, London and Newcastle on the other side of the draw. All those semi-finals taking place next weekend, games 1 and 2. Third game, if required, will go early into the following week, but one of them will be here. Well, as closeout games go, this has been as good as you could hope for Sheffield, hasn't it? No drama. They didn't want any drama. We saw drama last night. We saw drama last week. They're like, we've had enough of this drama. Let's get a nice regulation win, shall we?
Well, talking about drama and fun, I'm going to use this time to give my player of the game.
Okay.
And there he is. Look at that, right on time. Cameraman, Mr. Nixon. There it is. 17 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. Was huge.
Well, the guy to his left there couldn't have been too far out of the running
Pipkins.
as well. Pipkins.
Yes, and let me give him a little shout out. Also, he had 15 points. He was 6 from 7 from the floor, doing a bit of everything. Offensive rebound. 3 rebounds. And there he is, having a little dance. He must know his player of the game. Hey.
Well, they're enjoying it, aren't they? Well, why not? The fans have certainly enjoyed themselves. Young and old here. It's been a great atmosphere at the Cannon Medical Arena. And the celebrations are, well, they've already begun in earnest, but they will officially start in 40 seconds' time as Thomas gets a consolation jam at the end of it, but there are only 2 plays left in this one. And disappointment for the Washington diving there for the loose ball. Ramsey's okay, and he's back on his feet. And the fans
here their seats
at the CMA up on their feet to cheer their team home, to see them over the line.
That's a great shot. Lovely Field Arena, Sunday afternoon. Going through to the next round. And really, just from the end of that second quarter into that wave into the third, it just became too much. I feel like Leicester kind of got in their feelings, started pointing fingers, getting upset. and they just kept piling on the pressure.
Well, it was that spell just either side of half-time where they scored 13 consecutive points. The Sharks playing defense there, isn't it?
Get out of our shot, please.
And from that moment on, there was only ever going to be one winner. Rob Paternostro says no fouls, just call it off, and they back away, and Leicester's season is over. But the Sheffield Sharks will progress. They've beaten the Leicester Riders. They came from one game down to win 2-1, and they have qualified for the semi-finals of the playoffs. And the Sharks fans are in celebratory mood.
Yeah, fantastic job from Sheffield from yesterday, figuring it out, going up 3, and then coming back home where they've played wonderful all regular season. They know they play well here. Their fans absolutely do their job with a 6-man supporting them. Congratulations, Sheffield.
Well, it was at the defensive end. We talked a bit about their shooting, but defensively, very, very good here today. Leicester scored 21 in the first, but after that, they couldn't find a regular way to get points on the board.
Yeah, and their regular way of scoring is Allen, right? Teddy Allen finishes with 8 points today. Thomas with 9. Mo Walker didn't play much, was 2. And that was it. And so once you take away that offense, and this is where I was a little bit afraid of Leicester Riders, that they relied so much on Allen all season when he came to this team. You know, when he does have an off night, where do you find your offense from?
And that's the thing I guess Sheffield do have, is they have multiple guys able to score. It doesn't come to you necessarily from one place. Yes, Nixon scored well and Pipkins did, and Green, but on another day it could be Idlerock, it could be Ramsey. Rotino hits some shots. It comes from all over.
Yeah, you're right. And Sheffield had 4 guys in double digits, where the Riders only had 2 guys. And you're right about that. And it's the bench for me, I think, which makes the Sheffield Sharks team complete.
Well, they are enjoying it, and well, they should. Let's have a look at the numbers in this ball game here today. It's going to be a good night in Sheffield. It's bank holiday, as you say, tomorrow. It's going to be a good night tonight. We'll worry about Cheshire on Tuesday, I think. But let's have a look at the numbers in this contest. And we talked a lot about all the free throws that Leicester missed, but again, the 3-pointers, it's not something we think of Sheffield. They only average 7 makes a game, but they had that by halftime. They ended up 12 made threes at nearly 40%. That's a great effort.
A great effort. And remind, I've said it all game, they're 2 from 15 yesterday, shot 13%. So just that change alone is really the game, because the stats across the board, 12 turnovers each team. Nothing really pops out the screen.
I suppose the other point, you say 2 for 15. They only took 15 yesterday. They took double that today. So that was a real change, a little shift in the way they were looking to attack Leicester. And boy, it was effective. And there we go. That'll start the party, won't it? A little bottle of champers for our player of the game. And he really hit some important shots for them, particularly I thought this one at the end of the quarter, it gave them a bit of momentum, and you remember they then hit 2 more threes right at the start of the second quarter.
You're right about that. 17 points, 5 rebounds, but he just plays and dances, gets himself into a rhythm, and you can see it on his face. He's playing with such confidence, got to the rim, shot the 3 well, and he just kept building and building, and everyone just got on his ship and on his shoulders.
Well, you kind of talked about it. He's obviously one of the guys that's accepted the role coming off the bench, but he has a green light when he comes in. His number is called regularly when he's into the game.
Absolutely, and in game 1, Nixon had 25 points. In game 2, he drops a great amount as well with 15, and then today as player of the game, he's played wonderful in this playoff.
Come for the basketball, get a free hug from Jalen Pipkins at the end. He's in the crowd enjoying it, and we talked about it. It's a close run thing for player of the game. He could easily have snatched it.
Yeah, we need to give him a shout out because he was wonderful, especially from the 3-point line. Really got himself going. 15 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. And just looks, remember, he was an all-star. He's somebody who's taken this role off the bench and just come in, no complaints, and doing his thing.
Well, that is the thing. He spent a lot of time in the starting lineup, but he's more recently been coming off the bench and providing that spark. And as you said, you can't get much more efficient than he was today with 6 of 7 shooting. So Sheffield Sharks have booked themselves a spot in the Final Four. Let's confirm our semi-finals. It is the number 1 seed, the London Lions, against the Newcastle Eagles, and the Cheshire Phoenix against the Sheffield Sharks, 2 against 4, with the prize a trip to the O2, and all 4 teams will feel like they can get there.
Exciting times.
It certainly is. Make sure you join us for those. We'll see you again soon. Goodbye.